Welcome in, everyone, to Game 2 of the first round of the Western Conference Playoffs on EA Sports. We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns playing host to the LA Clippers. Alongside Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Suns as they enter play. They were winners in Game 1, as expected, on their home floor. They'll look to build on that advantage here at home in Game 2.
And Game 1 went as expected. But now, as the higher seed, you still got to take care of business in Game 2. As a road team, all you're looking to do is split one of these first 2 games.
Into the front court, it's Booker. They trail by 2. To Paul. Durant. Shot won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Picked up by the Suns. Paul to Crawford. From the painted area, won't go down. To Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. Sets him up, throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between 2 players. We call that an eyesight contract. Because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
Paul. Oh, good offense beating good defense. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
To Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook missed his first. That one goes. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Has a look. He buries it off the step back.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Tosses. LA Clippers with the basketball. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Crawford, now to Booker, down low. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Westbrook. Russell Westbrook rocking the rim. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
There's the toss. Flushes down the slam. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Here comes the screen. Booker to Durant. The Suns with 4 to shoot. Durant won't go down. Batum. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Kevin Durant has it to Booker. Paul against the former MVP. Joakim Noah with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Nick Batum. Russell Westbrook picked up by Booker. LA with 4 to shoot. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Crawford to Booker. Clippers have got it. Batum matched up with Booker. Zach Randolph sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Cleans it up. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
To Westbrook. Covington. Paul with it up top. His team down 9. Russell Westbrook with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Clippers have the basketball. Working it outside to Westbrook. Probing the defense. It's Westbrook. Not today.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Deep right corner. Paul to Booker. Has a chance. Look out. Devin Booker. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook. To Batum. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. It's Westbrook. Gets a look. Can't hit. Paul across the timeline. They trail by 7. To Booker. The shot clock for Phoenix. Paul to Crawford. Gets it in the right corner. Devin Booker. This guy can beat anyone straight up. Devin Booker. Good closeout. Still knocks it down.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Russell Westbrook matched up with Paul. To Covington. Trying to cash in. Not that time.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Paul guarded by Russell Westbrook. To Crawford. Booker. They get it down to Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending. Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game.
An effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. What I like about this team is that they continue to execute. As a coach, we used to talk about it all the time. I would hear it every single day. Execute, execute, execute. But if you can play with energy and execute, that's the formula for success.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Westbrook to Leonard. Short jumper off the mark.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Cleans it up. Offensive board. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Kawhi Leonard able to recover with the block. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Paul George flushes it home. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Durant. To Payton. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark. Kawhi Leonard. Deep two there, won't go.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Payton. They work it to Randolph. Down low. Off the assist.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Can't connect from in close. To Randolph. Has a look. Randolph's shot, no good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Kawhi Leonard, tough matchup against Durant. Kawhi Leonard, first couple didn't go. That one is true.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Payton to Durant. Knocks it down from mid-range. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
To Leonard. To George. Not that time.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Deep three at the buzzer. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. Jay and I back with more after this. This is the first round of the West Playoffs on EA Sports. First quarter complete, on to the second period. A little bit of a feeling out process so far.
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
The big fella, Zach Randolph. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Paul George. To the rim, lays it up and in.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
It's Suns ball. Payton to Randolph. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. Elfrid Payton, tough matchup against George. To Durant. Here comes the screen. Durant. Driving right to the basket. Short jumper, won't fall. To George. And 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots. It re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Here comes the screen. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. George lets it fly. Paul George. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Nothing going here on that drive. Payton to Durant. Here comes the screen. Kevin Durant lets it go off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Elfrid Payton pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
KD with the rock. To Payton. The Suns with 4 to shoot. Kevin Durant lets it fly, and he knocks it down, Jay. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
Cruises inside for 2.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Booker to Randolph. The big fella, Zach Randolph. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Covington. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Screen coming.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Paul, bad pass there. Clippers have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
George against KD. Over to the right side. To Covington. George. And draws the foul.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
First one, count it. And gets both to drop at the line. Suns with the basketball. Crawford to Booker. Paul to Crawford. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Covington. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook to Paul George. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Paul George at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. The free throw good as he completes the three-point play, and the lead is up to 9. Suns control the possession. Crawford to Booker. On the shot clock for Phoenix. Joakim Noah, huge block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Booker with it, down 11. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. To George. No good. Defense catching a break there. Crawford to Booker. Shot from in close, no good.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Deep left corner. Booker picked up by Westbrook. To Paul. Oh, he had it.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Covington to Westbrook. It's George for 2, and the rebound comes down to Booker. Cashes in for 2.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Russell Westbrook with the rock to Paul George. Paul George with that shot. He's 5 for 8.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Crawford to Booker. Has a chance. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Paul George fires, add 2 points to the board.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To George. To Westbrook. PG lets it fly. Crawford's there for the rebound. Into the front court, it's Booker, trailing by 11. To Crawford. Booker to Crawford. It's Westbrook with the board. It's LA Clippers ball to Paul George. Covington to George. Nothing going here on that drive. A tough shot. Hand in his face. He makes them pay.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Short jumper off the mark. To Leonard. A pass stolen by Phoenix. Crawford. They get it down to Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. Ooh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. George to Covington. Paul George fires the 3. Can't connect. Paul into the front court. He'll run the offense. Runner's good there.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Leonard. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Westbrook to Paul George. And hits off a killer step back.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's good, and it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. We've reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
is Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Clippers have the advantage on the scoreboard at halftime. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaky. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Suns would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments. Have a look at the leading scorers to the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Los Angeles Clippers dominating the offensive boards. Their physical play has been a key to their success in today's contest.
Player of the half.
Paul George was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. To Booker. Joakim Noah swats it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Not that time.
And Ed, that's what you see this defense doing. They're capitalizing on the momentum gain from getting a multitude of stops defensively.
Paul, guarded by Russell Westbrook. To Durant. Big finish at the rim.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Kevin Durant, he's 3 for 7.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
George, picked up by Booker. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Here comes the screen. Booker to Durant. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Paul to Crawford. Durant. That's how you defend.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Paul into the front court. 14-point deficit. DeAndre Ayton to Booker. Gets a shot up, off the mark. Leonard to Westbrook. George. Man, that was a tough shot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Paul to Booker. Knocks it down off the step back.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
George. No, the Suns come up with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Westbrook. Booker with it. Down by 15. To Paul. The Suns with 4 to shoot. Crawford. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Durant with the basketball up top. His guys down big to Crawford. Durant. To Paul. Durant. Booker. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Clippers have the basketball. Leonard to George. Leonard to Paul George. Got toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Here's Durant for 2. Kevin Durant, 4 out of 10.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Batum to George. They'll get it down to Leonard. Slam dunk.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Kevin Durant with the rock. DeAndre Ayton to Paul. Takes stock of the floor. Booker to Crawford. 5 on the shot clock. Crawford, they get it down to Paul. Oh, he got a piece of it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Devin Booker tips it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Gets it in the left corner. Paul to Booker. Durant to Paul. Durant buries it on the catch and shoot.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
To Paul George. Works it. From long range, buries the three. He's too good to leave that open.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the three.
Durant. Leonard. To Nick Batum. Nikola Batum. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Phoenix has the ball to Durant. From the outside, no good. Leonard. To George. And scores.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Crawford to Booker. For three. That's good D. Shot no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Durant across the timeline. Down a bundle. Add 2 points to the board.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. To Paul George. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. 4 out of 7.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Devin Booker sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Robert Covington snatching it out of the air. Out of bounds. Last touch by Robert Covington. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To Durant. short jumper won't go down. Leonard. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Durant with the basketball up top. Looking to make something happen. Paul George with the block. Almost unlucky bounce. Westbrook with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Not done yet. Oh, and a putback.
He's a relentless scorer. It doesn't matter if you stop him once. He's going to keep coming at you time and time again.
Durant. Screen coming. To Randolph. Knocked loose. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Zach Randolph. Time for some new personnel into the game. To Westbrook. Paul George. To Leonard. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Booker to Payton. Nice finish at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
George, guarded by Devin Booker. Covington to George. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook, down low George. Old school, backs his man down for the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Deep three at the buzzer. That's the end of the third quarter. It's been all Clippers so far. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter, and they have done no wrong to this point. They have this game well in control.
They took control early, and they never let up. The scary thing about this team, if they keep their foot on the gas and then throttle it down, they can win this game by 50.
The follow won't go either. Phoenix with it. To Booker. Easy path to the rim.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
George on the drive.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Booker guarded by Russell Westbrook. Five on the shot clock for Phoenix. Booker's shot off the mark. Westbrook across the timeline. His guys holding the big lead. It's PG for 2. And the rebound taken in by the Suns. Into the front court, it's Booker. He'll run the offense. Five seconds to shoot. Devin Booker. This guy can beat anyone straight up. Devin Booker, good closeout, still knocks it down.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Powell to Covington. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Robert Covington trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. To Booker. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Durant. Oh, that's how it's done.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Westbrook to Paul George. Able to convert inside.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Substitution being made in this one. Robert Covington at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throws good as they continue to widen their lead. Kevin Durant has it. To Booker. Short jumper won't fall. To Westbrook. Powell to Covington. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. It's Westbrook. Deep 2 there, won't go.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
To Paul. Jamal Crawford, not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Russell Westbrook, picked up by Paul. To George. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
George. Trying to cash in. Shot by Zubac, off the mark. Booker with it. His guys down big. It's a big finish.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
To Westbrook. Has a look. Just not going down. To Crawford. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Russell Westbrook trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. And add one more to his total. Durant across the timeline. Down a bundle. Paul to Durant. Here's a chance from long range, and Kevin Durant unguardable. Hand in his face, he still hits the three.
And he is just turning up here in the second half. In the first, he didn't seem that engaged. Now, he seems hungry.
Westbrook. And a nice finish at the rim.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Durant against the former MVP. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Batum to Covington. Beyond the arc for three. Tough shot there for Westbrook. He always thinks it has a chance. To Payton. Durant to Booker. Durant. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Russ at the controls. To Covington. Shot clock winding down. To Covington. Off the assist.
Old school equals high percentage.
Paul to Booker. Nick Batum sends it away.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Now Paul with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Hayden, down low Durant. The shot, almost. To Covington. Scores from the post.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Now the Suns coach gonna signal for a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Russell Westbrook with a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Short jumper stays out. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Screen coming. Durant to Paul. Fires the three. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Nikola Batum. He's 3 for 7.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's Phoenix ball. Paul to Booker. Sizing up the defense. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. And a whistle.
A simple touch foul.
Crawford to Booker. The Suns with 4 to shoot. Crawford to Durant. Off the mark.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Farrell can't connect. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Screen coming. Crawford to Durant. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I will be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat 5.
Westbrook has a chance. Farrell can't connect. Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory. They've taken the upper hand in this best-of-7 series, a 2-games-to-none lead. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Clippers came away with the victory in this one, and the way they attacked the rim was outstanding. Not only is the dunk a high-percentage shot, it's also a great way to test the confidence of the defense. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Suns put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track.
Second chance points.
The Los Angeles Clippers did a fantastic job of closing out on the offensive boards. Even better, they were able to convert those opportunities into second chance points. These guys did an incredible job of being assertive once the ball was in the air.
Player of the game.
Paul George gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top players.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.